to Tiger Talk, Episode 7. I am one of your hosts, Scott Ryan, and my other host is...
Becca Moore, and I am here with, of course, Coach Nate Moore.
What's going on, guys?
And then we have
Thanks for joining us.
We have two of our senior players today, so you're going to introduce yourself, what position you play, what number, and your task unit.
I'm Marquavion Young.
Speak up.
I'm Marquavion Young. I play running back and linebacker, number 47, and my task unit is Coach McGuire.
My name is Tommy Collins. I'm a linebacker. I'm in task unit Lino, and my number is 43.
Ooh,
My information here says that you are touchdown Tommy. That's the information I have been given.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Moore calls me Touchdown Tommy sometimes, but yeah, I don't think I've ever heard Touchdown Tommy because I'm usually strictly defense. But
I just love that nickname. I think it's a phenomenal nickname.
yeah, it's a cool nickname.
Touchdown.
Well, I mean, we want a guy on defense that's scoring touchdowns. So, I mean, that's the kind of Tommy we're looking for, is a touchdown Tommy.
That's right.
Do you know even how you got that nickname?
I have no idea. I think Coach Moore just randomly started saying it. So
You're just like random, like, Touchdown Tommy.
I gotta give Marquavion a nickname. I gotta think of something.
That's awesome.
He's field goal. He's field goal Marquavion. Got a
Touchdown
field goal and a
field goal.
touchdown there. Maybe it should be a PAT. We're going
extra
to work
point.
on it.
Yeah, we need more of those, Scott.
Yeah, we need more.
Yeah, I would say so. That
Cool.
was kept the game interesting this
Yeah.
week. So I didn't know how this game ended. I fell asleep. I missed the end.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
You know, it's just a laid-back, typical game. No big deal. What happened at the end of the game?
Well, wait a minute. So really, you're in Florida. It was just too hot. You didn't have the air conditioning on. You weren't
I'm
pacing.
flipping around, seeing what else is on. Are you kidding me? Jen and I were pacing in circles. We didn't even sit. And then we screamed so loud, I'm surprised the neighbors didn't call the police.
That's so awesome.
It had to be the most exciting game. I don't remember us winning in the last second in a very, very long time.
Actually, so
Oh.
today at Touchdown Club, they played, was it 1974?
Yeah.
They played 1974.
Eddie Bell, is that
Yeah.
correct? Eddie Bell,
Yeah.
Mhm.
touchdown, Massillon McKinley game.
Massillon McKinley game in the last 5 seconds to win the game. So they said that was the last closest game they could remember that had people like that on there. And that was pretty crazy to watch. Like, you knew how it was going to end, but it was still like watching it, you were like, and he caught it the same way. It was pretty crazy, like over his shoulder. It was crazy, but yeah, it was a little. I want to be honest, Scott. I film on the sidelines, and I turned my camera off because I thought the game was over when Saint. I know.
Good thing you're not playing inside linebacker.
I turned my camera off. I was like going down the field, like talking to people. I'm like, oh, that was a great game, and everyone's like, yeah, great game, like they're leaning against the fence. And I'm just leaning there, like talking to someone, and all of a sudden, it's a fumble, and everybody's going crazy. So yeah. So I didn't fall asleep, but I turned off my camera.
Yeah, well, I did not fall asleep. That is, of course, just a joke. So, Coach, talk us through the final 2 minutes from a coaching standpoint. Yes, you want them to fumble, but you're not expecting them to fumble, of course. And then you had to call those plays to win. What happened in the last 2 minutes of that game?
Well,
For you?
I mean, I would start it when we get the ball with, I think, 5 minutes to go, something like that. And we felt like we were in good position there. We get a chance to drive and win the game with, probably, or at least score with less than 2, maybe less than 1 minute. And so we felt good there. And we were working the ball down the field. And then we give up a sack, and actually 2 sacks. I think we had a sack on first down, and then we got sacked on 4th down, which you can't do. And And so things aren't looking good at that point, but we're doing everything that we can do and coaching the kids up and how to handle that situation. And all we can do is hold them up and try to get the ball out and scrape at the ball. And so, we found ourselves with a running back that was not going down, and we hold him up. And Dorian Pringle is able to scrape and get the ball out as the kid's going down. It was a clear fumble, and he recovers it. And so, all of a sudden, we've got the ball back with, I think, a minute 40 something to go around midfield, and we're in business again. One timeout, and we work the ball down the field pretty well. We throw a couple drive routes to our H. At that point, Ardell was pretty much being triple teamed. And so it left other guys open, and so we hit a couple of nice drive routes to Kyler Wiggins, to Chunk, 10 yards or so. At a 4th and 2 with one timeout, that's a situation we practice every Thursday. It's not often you get to use it. But there's like 22 seconds on the clock, and it's 4th and 2. We've got a 4-1 box, and so we run the football, pick up the first down, take the timeout. And it was next play, with like 11 seconds, we dial up a hitch and go, which had been there earlier. It wasn't there in the same way, but it did create some space that the quarterback didn't like fully bite up, like they did earlier. But he has to, settle down and honor it, and Braylon's able to get behind him. And Braylon Tolles, number 21 receiver, and Jalen Slaughter throws a great pass, and they connect on it. So Tigers score to go up. It's back and forth a little bit about whether we wanted to go for 2 or try again.
He
Yeah,
was-
because on
he was
TV,
sitting-
it looked like you were doing this,
He's
and
like
I thought
this.
you were going to go for 2. But then, did they call a time? Like, I feel like time stopped. Why did the game
Braylon,
stop that?
yeah, Braylon had an ankle, and so he goes down. So it was an injury timeout.
Oh, okay.
And my original thought after the second blocked extra point was we don't have an extra point. Everything from there on out was 2. Being able to push it from 3 to 4, I thought we'd give it another shot, and it was blocked again, or it was just a miss. I think we kind of just kicked the line in the rear end there. But it ended up being a win because they roughed our snapper, and so we had a personal foul that we were able to take on the kickoff, which allowed us to kick the ball through the end zone and guarantee them starting with the ball at 20. So it actually worked out. I would definitely trade them a point to guarantee a touchback. So that really worked out. And then, with almost no time left, they complete a pass. We have a face mask, personal foul on the sidelines. We gift them. I mean, we tried to make it real hard.
Yeah,
on our
yes,
side.
I
Give them
know.
another 15
I've been
yards.
around a long time.
So that put them in field goal range. And they missed the first one. We're off sides, move them up again, and they end up missing the second one. So Tigers
Insane.
win.
You got to go back and look at the pictures, because we went and looked at the pictures, and you got to zoom in on the people's faces, because it's so funny. Like some of like one guy's like going like this in the picture. Other people are like this. I mean, it's fun to look at it. It's fun to look at it. But what was it like on the, like when they would call the defense in, and you have to be on the sidelines, and you're like the offense is on, and you're the defense. Like, because Coach Simon's down at the bottom, right? Lino's up in the box.
Mm-hmm.
So what's it like down there on the sidelines? Like, what are they telling you guys to keep going?
In what situation are you talking?
Like at the end of the game, because you got to take the defense back on. There's anything can happen in 11 seconds. I mean, he scored a touchdown in the first 11 seconds.
Oh, you mean when they get the ball back?
Yeah, when they get
at
the ball
very
back
end.
at the very end.
You gotta just play throughout all 4 quarters. You just can't, just like, oh, we already won the game. Like, you just gotta play all 4 quarters, and that's what they did, and I'm proud of them for that.
Yeah.
For me, it would probably be him just saying, like, you know, you always got to play the next play no matter what happens. If somebody scores, or even if we score, you still got to play the next play. You can't get complacent, and, you know, yeah, that would be my answer.
And one of the other things I've noticed as the years go on and being at Massillon, like the people that are on the sidelines, or they're not on the field, and like say the other, like St. Ed's is on the field, or it's Austintown Fitch this week, like do you think it helps, or do you hear the other players help when you guys yell run, pass, you know, like do you think that's important in the game?
Absolutely.
Yeah, our sideline was jumping probably because it was just probably like the highest energy we've ever had, and we beat like 20th nation team and 20th ranked team in the nation, and you know that's just a big result of what happens when you get high energy on the sideline.
Yeah.
Run, pass, ball, or cue. It helps the defense when they're thinking it's pass and it turns out to be a run, or it turns out to be the quarterback running. It helps them a lot knowing where to go, or what to look for, or what to expect more from the sideline, because we can see the whole picture.
Mm-hmm.
They can only see what they're doing at the moment.
Is Q when the quarterback keeps it?
Q, yes.
Yeah.
Q is
Yeah.
quarterback.
Because I heard that on the sideline, and I was like, I don't understand what that means. So, but yeah, I just wondered if you thought that like helps play the game. I think the crowd always helps. The crowd was phenomenal this week. I think the crowd always helps the momentum too. Marcus Moore said today it was so loud that they couldn't even hear sometimes. That's how loud it was. So that was pretty amazing.
And, you know, of course it was a great win and we're happy with all that, but what about the beginning of the game? You know, first 5 plays, we had some issues. What did you think at that point? Is it no big deal because it's just starting, or was the team not prepared, or do you think everyone was nervous? I mean, how do you view the first 5 plays?
For me, the first 5 plays, when it seemed like it was all going bad, I still had confidence in us because we all work so hard every day in practice, trying to be better than what we were the day before. So even though it kind of seemed like it was going downhill, I never second guessed us because I know we could be anybody if we all stick together and put our minds to it.
Yeah, I was just thinking we got a whole lot of game left, and it's, you know, only 2 minutes were like taken away from that. So only 2 scores, anybody can come back from that. And you know, like Marquavion said, like we do work really hard behind the scenes, and like I just trusted my teammates for us to win that game.
I think what I love is we're like complete opposites. I would have been losing my mind, and Coach Moore is like so calm. But I saw Kenny Rhoda's like, I can't wait to ask Coach Moore at halftime, like what he said to the guys when it was 14-0. Remember he pulled all you guys in and it's 14-0. What did he say to you?
Pretty much that we just need to get it together and that we can beat them. They're not that much better than us if we all stick together. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what I took from it.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. They like believe it. It's really cool to like see the buy-in and just the, you know, to be calm, because not everybody's calm. But I think it's really neat to see you guys just build off each other. Like you said, like you were like, I believed in them, and that's amazing, because I turned my camera off. I kind of feel guilty now. You feel really wrong.
And you wonder why you didn't get to be the running back coach.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, come on, Becca.
that's so. Look at him shaking his head. Oh yeah, it was fun though. But like, what? So, closing St. Ed's. How did Coach Moore help you guys close the chapter to St. Ed's to move on to Austintown this week? Because I think they're going to be really tough.
Don't eat the cheese.
Yeah, don't eat the cheese.
Don't eat the cheese, Scott. What does that mean? What do you think that means, Scott?
Don't eat the cheese. Oh, I thought he was saying Tony the Cheese, and I thought, is this another nickname? Another nickname. We got Tony the Cheese that's gonna come in this week, and he's gonna play. I would say it's that you're saving your snack for later. That's what I get as don't eat the cheese.
Yeah, what does it
Save
mean?
your snack.
Yeah, what does it mean? Don't eat the cheese.
It means pretty much don't believe in what you're hearing. Just because we beat a tough team and everyone around you is gonna tell you how good you are and how much you did that night, you're not supposed to fall into the trap. You're supposed to keep working hard and don't get complacent.
Oh, yeah, what he said. I mean, yeah, you just can't buy into any of that stuff people are saying. You know, oh, you guys beat St. Ed's. It's always next week, so you gotta always plan ahead.
How hard do you think Austintown's gonna come in? Because they're undefeated. So, I mean, how hard do you think they're gonna come in?
They're gonna probably come in real hard. Like, so, you know, we beat them on their senior night, and they probably did not like that
That was a
very
rough
very
game,
much.
too.
I mean, that game was very close, and they think they probably thought that we stole something from them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know they're probably gonna come back with some heat.
I feel like every team is always gonna come hard, no matter how good, how much talent or anything they have. Every team is gonna come hard when they're facing somebody like us because everybody has something on their shoulder against us. But we all work hard, and it's just gonna pay off for us.
I always feel like as the coach's wife, and I don't know, Scott, you know, because you watch these games for a long time, but like since we've been here, like our first year, I think we lost to Austintown by 1 point, and then I always feel like it's like so close. It's 1 point, 3 points. Like I literally want to pull my hair out. Like when we play Austintown, I always feel like maybe they're the toughest ones sometimes on the schedule because I just feel like it's this back and forth game. And it's either we're underestimated or they're underestimated. I mean, how do you feel? You played them. This is going to be year 8. So, like, do you feel like it's like that, or?
Yeah, Mahoning County is a great football county, and the Fitch kids, just like you would expect, always play hard. You know, just like every team. You know, some teams are more talented than other teams. You know, year to year, but their kids always play hard. You know, they remind me of a Stark County team. And I'll tell you, they're really talented this year. They're great at the skill positions. They've got tons of speed. They're good up front, especially on the defensive line. It's probably the best Fitch team that I've seen on film ever.
That's scary.
Wow, that's really saying something. My thought of Fitch, and I think this was I'm sure this was before you guys were here. It was at Fitch, and we drove up there, and the expressway was totally backed up, and we were looking at the clock. We're gonna be late, and then we see that the band bus is on fire.
Oh my gosh, that was before us. That's awful.
And I'm like, I remember passing it saying, I don't think that's a good sign. It might have been the Village Idiots bus or something, but it was a Massillon bus on fire. By the time we got to the game, I think we were down 14-0, and I was like, well, good drive, or it might have been 7-0. But I agree with you. I think Fitch is always one of the hardest games of the year. And I like that they're Division II, we're Division II, so it's like a fair battle. It's a good battle. I think it's my favorite game of the year outside of McKinley. And I'm not just saying that because it's this week. Like, I love playing Fitch. They're tough. They're a lot like Massillon, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice because it's your senior year and you guys are playing all home games, but if you could choose where you'd want to play this game, like, do you prefer playing it on the road or do you prefer playing it at home?
Me personally, I would like the road win because I remember when I was a 8th grader or maybe 7th grader or something. I don't even remember, but I remember they beat us at our stadium, and their whole student section was very excited about it. And for some reason that rubbed me the wrong way, and you know, I would just love just to do that little rubbing in front of them at their home stadium.
Their home stadium.
That's just me.
Yeah.
For me, I would say home because I feel like it's our turf, you know, and we get the choice of locking the gates. Nobody can lock the gates on us, no matter where we're at. But I feel like being home, you're more comfortable, and you know what to expect. You can't let nobody leave out with a dub when you at home.
You like playing on the road.
Yeah, I like playing on the road. I think Fitch has a great stadium too.
Yeah.
I think it's a great stadium.
Yeah.
The visitor locker room accommodations are one of the better accommodations that we see. Love being at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, but love going to Fitch as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to play at home because one, get another T-shirt this week. Look at this T-shirt. So this week it has Massillon football on it. It's in cursive. It's nice. I loved the T-shirt last week, but I like this one too. I like the classic, I like the cursive. So you can get it under the stadium. If you haven't picked up your last week's T-shirt, there's a couple more left still downtown. You can come down to the Tiger store and get one. But these shirts are fun because they put them out each week. You guys, they just put one out for the game. So this is like the year to get them because there's going to be like 8 of them, right? Because there's 8 home games. So I'm going to have a collection of shirts I'm really excited about. Because you were like I was like, oh, I like this jacket. It's a little bit too expensive for me. But it's a really nice jacket. It's a nice jacket. What has been your favorite memory? So you're a senior. So obviously, just up to now, it's you're going into week 6, but like from freshman or from 7th to 8th grade, because you remember that. What's been your favorite memory about playing, and being on the team here at Massillon?
That's a hard one. I gotta say, last week. I mean, that was probably like the best game I've ever been a part of as a Massillon Tiger. I mean, it was very high energy, and just so many like great plays to just see my teammates make. That was just like probably the proudest moment of being a Massillon Tiger, probably.
For me, I would say last year, being a junior, watching Tavy and them play against LaSalle was probably my greatest moment. We were losing, and I remember Tavy catching the ball for a touchdown, and the whole team just went crazy. Like, it was a game changer for us.
And it was cold.
And
it was super cold. It was so cold.
I think it rained that day too.
Yeah, it was cold. And remember, like, there was like no bathrooms or something. Like, it was kind of crazy. That was a crazy game.
That was actually 2 years ago, 2020.
2020, yeah, because we were in the tents. Because remember, we were in the tents,
yeah.
and his dad went to Home Depot. We're talking about working at Home Depot, and he got direct in there, and we strung up lights so they could see the lights, because they wouldn't. It was like the COVID year, so they wouldn't let us use the locker room. So we were holding up lights, and I was holding up lights for kids to get taped. It was absolutely pandemonium. But those are great memories. I absolutely love that.
Crazy.
Who was the Scout Team Players of the Week this past week? We got to give a shout out to them.
Past week was me and Trent.
Awesome. How important are you? Like, seriously though, why is it important to be the Scout Team Player of the Week? What does that mean?
For me,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I feel like the Scout Team Player of the Week he does a little bit more to help the team. Maybe like whether you're running the ball, which I do for the defense, it helps them know where their gaps are supposed to be or what they're up against when they come to running the ball. I can't speak for Trenton, but I know that he works hard too, especially being the little guy out of the lineman. So I think special team is very important.
Marquavion, who did you shadow last week? I won't know their name, but what was their number on St. Ed's? So if you were on the scout team, who were you pretending to be
1 or
for
3?
St. Ed's?
5.
5.
Oh, yeah. So no wonder you're a Scout Player of the Week. So when you're on the sideline and you're watching 5, do you recognize that because you were him all week?
Yeah. I remember one of the plays that he was running. I can't remember anymore, but it was one particular play that I knew because I always ran that play, and Coach Chibble called me to run that play. So when they got lined up for it, I caught it out, and I was talking to Jay Welch, and I caught it out, and I was like, he's gonna run it. And then as soon as they went in for defense, they ran it. So it was just
That's awesome.
it was good knowing what they were gonna run, trying to help.
Helped us win.
Yeah,
Right there.
definitely.
Right there. Number 5 was
Yeah,
really good.
I mean, that's a really cool thing to see and to get to, because so many times you do work and you don't see the rewards, and that's a perfect, like, work equals rewards, which is awesome.
So I want to know, did Jen and you like get pumped up for the game listening to the songs? So,
As in, I got pumped up by myself, yes. But before, I wanted to ask the coach one more question. Because before we moved on, but are we playing Eds next year, or do you guys just sign a 1-year contract with
It's
them?
year to year.
So we don't know yet. I couldn't remember because like Fitch will pretty much always play, I assume, right?
Oh.
We're probably, yeah. Okay. So that was just my one thing I had. So, okay. Now's your time
Moment
to
of truth for you.
shine. Touchdown, Tommy, and field goal, Marquavion. I need you guys to start thinking. You're each gonna give me your hype song, the song you listen to get hyped up to play Austintown Fitch. And before this week's game, while you guys are out there warming up, I'm gonna listen to each of your hype songs so I can get hyped up for the game. So while you're thinking about the song you're gonna give me, I'm gonna review last week's song. So we had Dier picked Dreams and Nightmare by Meek or something, Meek Mall, maybe?
Meek Mill.
Yeah. Okay, so it was horrible. It's the first song I couldn't finish. I'm not gonna lie to you, I had to turn it off. I finished every song. This is actually my least favorite one. It did kind of build and maybe had a little bit of hype, but then it got so annoying it had to go. So that's out. Sorry, dear. Jason picked Right Above It by Drake and Lil Wayne. And I gotta say, Drake was not so bad. He starts out the song, and I actually laughed at this lyric. I'm gonna read it. It's not too bad, but it's, I don't like my women single. I like my chicks in twos. I actually laughed out loud at that one. So I got it, but then Lil Wayne comes in and he just butchers it. I just don't like Lil Wayne. I don't get the voice. I don't get the thing. I mean, it wins between those two, but we still don't have that ultimate hype song. But with a name like Touchdown Tommy, well, he's got a hype song.
I'm a
So
little.
give me the artist and the name of the song.
I'm a little old school, but I like, Beastie Boys. So I'll listen to Sabotage, and that's probably the number one because it's very fast paced and it
Yes.
just gets you going.
Okay. Now this is sounding pretty good. All right, field goal. What do you got for me?
I would say Dear Mama by Tupac Shakur.
Ooh, I love Tupac.
And was that Dear Mama?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we've got our hype songs for this week. We hope that our listeners are hyping along with us. We're going down to the end of the season to
We're
see
not.
what the ultimate Massillon Tiger hype song is.
What's the number one running song for you right now? What do you think it is?
Wait a minute. Well, I gotta say, I do love the guy who gave me the motivational speech.
That's Freddie.
That's out there.
Freddie
That was
Lennings.
a good speech, but Go Off is winning so far. By Quazo, maybe? Quazo? Go Off?
Do you know who
Is that right?
Who is it by?
Quavo.
Quavo. By Quavo.
I got notes all over here. I got all these notes. I should have done it smartly. But we'll see. For all we know, the Beastie Boys is going to come out to be number one. We don't know. We're going to find out after McKinley. So up till McKinley, we'll get the hype songs. The first playoff game, that's when we'll really know what the hype song is.
And that's what you're going to listen to at every game.
I think the whole town will be listening to it. I mean, you're gonna turn on WTIG and that's all they're gonna be playing. Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne.
It'll be awesome.
It's never going to happen.
I know.
I mean, Bless Lil Wayne, but I don't like him. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with that.
Coach Moore, do
So-
you listen to music before you? What do you do?
Sometimes, not usually. When we're on a road trip, and I'll listen to music sometimes on the ride up.
But you're like you listen to like people talking. You love podcasts.
Yeah, but I listen to music sometimes too.
Yeah.
Why, you want a song?
Yeah. What's your song?
I'd probably go Chevelle, Family System.
I like it. I like it.
I don't know that I've ever heard that song.
You've heard it, you just don't know the name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know the name. Yeah. Well, I'll trust you on that. You should be sponsored by Red Bull because he drinks a Red Bull before every game.
Yeah, if you're out there, Red Bull.
Yeah.
Let's get that NIL.
Yeah. Definitely.
Let's get something
I can't
going.
believe they wouldn't want.
Yeah.
They would want that.
Yeah, because he
I
definitely
mean,
drinks a Red Bull.
anybody would have been happy to sponsor last week's game. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I understand why they're not playing them on YouTube. I always thought that was a strange thing, but I wish they would have released this game. The whole town could have been watching it all weekend, and no scouting team is going to learn anything from that game. It was too crazy. So it could have been up there and it'd be fine, because I really would like to watch it again. But I guess we'll wait till Christmas Day or something. I think they all go live Christmas Day, or
Really?
according to YouTube or something.
All right. Well, that sounds like a plan. But until next week, TIG.
ERS.
The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media Team sent you. We've rebranded the old checkered flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger Store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment inquiries, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.